Hi champions, welcome to Marvelous Monday. We're going to be moving on to something else in reading. We're going to be making predictions. Predictions are good, educated guesses. The reason we say good and educated is you're going to use clues to help you make a good prediction. So if you look at the two pictures I have here, making predictions, make a guess based on clues from the text. You might be correct or you might the author may have surprised you. So the good thing about this is you could be right or you could be wrong. But it's okay if your prediction is not correct. That's the best part about this. So predictions, make guesses based on the text. So before you read, sometimes you should look at the title or illustrations while you're reading. You can stop and think what will happen next. And after reading, you can confirm or adjust. So did you get it right or did you get it incorrect? So we're going to be asking ourselves what will happen next. That's going to be a main question we ask ourselves when we make a prediction. So let's practice. You'll see we have a short little story and then we have a prediction chart, which I'll show you how to fill out. Natalie got up in the middle of the night to get a snack and milk and cookies. Natalie remembered to put the lid back on the cookie jar, but she forgot to put the milk carton back in the refrigerator. What might happen next? So, what happened? So Natalie did not put the milk back on the refrigerator. Ooh. So I'm going to write milk, not in fridge. We know that's not good because milk needs to be cold. So what do you think will happen? I think the milk will go bad. Why? Because I know, you can use knowledge that you know, milk needs to be cold. Okay, now in this case, we don't know what the outcome will be, so we can just put an A. But sometimes you might figure out the outcome, okay? And you may have had a different prediction than mine. Maybe you predicted that maybe mom came downstairs and put the milk carton in the fridge for Natalie. So there's no right or wrong answers. You can just use something that makes sense. What wouldn't make sense if I said that, aliens, if I said something about aliens, that wouldn't make sense here. Or if I said that, something that wasn't realistic, okay? So just make sure it makes sense. Number 2, the Wilsons were enjoying a family picnic in the park. They had just finished their delicious lunch when the sky began to grow dark. They were looking forward to dessert when they heard a loud boom. What might happen next? So again, in this one, we're not going to figure out the outcome, but I wanted to let you know that sometimes in stories you will figure out if your answer is right or wrong. So what do I think might happen? So let's see what's happening here. So they're outside and the sky turns dark. I think, and they heard a loud boom. That's important, boom. We know that boom normally means a storm's coming. So I think a storm is coming. Because of the clues I just said. Loud boom, the sky was growing dark. I also think the Wilsons will probably stop their picnic and they will probably go inside. We won't be able to find the outcome of this one. Mrs. Lopez handed out copies of the test. Danny hadn't studied for it. He didn't think that he needed to. It had been his birthday last week and he was counting on his birthday wish to come true. Danny's wish had been that he would get straight A's on his report card. What do you think might happen? So, what I know is that Danny didn't study for a test. Now, maybe Danny doesn't need to study, but I have a feeling that because he didn't study for this test, I think Danny will not get straight A's. Maybe you think he will get straight A's. Maybe he's just that smart because he didn't study. those are my predictions. It's a good prediction, it makes sense, but who knows if it'll happen or not. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. So you're not going to be able to do the outcome, so you're actually just going to have a two-sided chart. What's happening and what's your prediction. So you're going to read this first story about Vince, and then I'm going to scroll down, you're going to read another story. So you're just going to do two predictions. So here's number 1, and here's number 2. Again, you won't be able to figure out the outcome because it doesn't tell you. Okay, so come up with some predictions, and don't forget to tell us why. I think this will happen because, and it's okay if you have different predictions than your classmates. We'll go over some of them tomorrow. Thanks, champions.